Okay, so we are recording. This is going to be the last Team Ignite call of 2015, which is kind of crazy to me right now that this year is already gone. And I'm not looking forward to doing a nice little evaluation of my year, because I know the past couple months I could have done better, and I'm probably going to be a little rough on myself with that. So anyways, tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about something a little bit more exciting than that, because something that I know that I'm getting ready to do to motivate myself for 2016. Like, I really want everybody to sit down and think about what their goals are for 2016 and take it really seriously. And creating a dream board is something that definitely can help you with that. Colleen, you made one last year, I believe. A lot of us did, and I'm going to share a couple of them in a minute. That's why I was practicing the screen share a moment ago. But yeah, so dream boards. Basically, the purpose of doing a dream board is just to serve as like a visual guide for what you're looking for, what you're striving for. For me, I know that mine included things about my health, things about where I wanted my job to go, things about where I wanted my family to go, all those kind of things. So just think about all that stuff whenever you're doing it. And one of the thoughts on doing a dream board is that when you create your dream board, you are activating the law of attraction. If you're not familiar with what the law of attraction is, the law of attraction is basically that you can tell your mind that you want these positive things in your life, and then you bring them into your life because that's what you want in your life. So I know that I'm going 5-star diamond in 2016. And yes, ma'am, I like the way you just looked at me. So that is a big deal for me. And as a result of that, like, I'm pulling in everything that I need. Like, I need lots of positive vibes, but I can get there, and I know I can get there. So anyways, I guess I'm going to go ahead and start by just showing you guys a few of these, and then that way we can, I can kind of talk about them as we go there. So we're here. You guys can see my screen now? Yes. Okay. So this is my dream board from last year. And I've got quotes about what I expected out of myself, things that I wanted to do. And this is not just like for a year. This is, what I want ongoing in the future. But it's definitely still something that you're going to want to go back over and do every year, because your goals may have changed. Colleen, I'm sure that after the last year, you've got some new things that you see going for your life and new places that you want to go. So your board is going to change. Crystal, I know the same thing for you. So mine has a lot to do with leadership. You can see I've got like part of the team and leadership and how I want to help develop others. I got a house on there because I definitely thought by this time last year, I would have thought by this time this year that we would have already moved. And maybe this time next year we'll have moved, but maybe not. So anyways, and then just quotes that, push me to do better. Of course, I'm in pursuit of financial freedom, and I'm going to be for a while now. I'm always looking to build the kids' college funds. And one of the biggest things that I want to do is travel and go on awesome vacations. I went to Paris my senior year in high school, and I am dying to get back there with my husband and some other great locations. And then, of course, just a happier, healthier me is something that I'm always striving for, something that I think my family deserves, my friends deserve, and all of you guys, our amazing team, deserve the best of me as well. So basically, the first thing that you want to do is just decide on the purpose of your dream board. So if you want to say, like I said with mine, is just, in general, what I'm striving for out of life, like what I think I need to be the best me. So you're going to do stuff like that. And things that you're going to want to include on it are, you guys are going to have to forgive me because I have notes and I just may have said some of this stuff. So we may go over it twice, but that just makes it even better. So anyways, things that you want to include are like places that you want to visit, where you want to live, what kind of house you want, and then just whatever dreams you see for your future, what you want to do with yourself, where you want to be. And then you can decide what kind of dream board that you want to do. I know a lot of us last year did these online ones that we just created collages. I believe this last year was like Pick Collage that I did this on. And I'm, I guess, moving on to somebody else's. Yep, there's Katie's. So it was just something that I did on Pick Collage last year. I just, in like doing a little bit of research, found dreamboard.com. You can actually like create one on there if you're not interested in going quite that far. There is pickmonkey.com. Has good ones too that you could get in there and just do a collage that way. Whatever it is, you know, just you can do it that way. And then you can also do like a paper version of it. So you could go out and get like a poster board so you can look at it daily. Whatever it is, wherever you do it, however you do it, you want to make sure that it's in your face every day. Like mine was not. I've looked back at it a couple times. I will admit that, but I definitely have not looked at it as much as I should have. So, yes, honey.
Do we have shapes?
No, I don't think we have shapes. Go back there with Daddy, okay?
Do we have colors?
No, honey. You have to go to Daddy, okay? Here's numbers. There you go. Sorry, guys. My husband and I, we talked about it. I said, babe, I'm leading the call tonight, so I need to make sure that Sawyer's in bed and asleep before it gets started so that that doesn't happen. Well, with the throw up and everything else that happened, that did not happen. So such is life. Okay, so anyways, just a few more that I'm going to show you guys really quickly. This was Coach K's. She's got some college funding she's going to do. She wants to live at the beach. She wants to make sure she's keeping going on her goal. She's ready for a 6-figure income. She wanted to quadruple the size of Team Ignite. I think that was like a this year goal. Who else do we have here? That's Terry's. I love it. This is probably done on like PicMonkey, I would guess, right here. This one was. And like I said, it really doesn't matter to me how you guys do it as long as you do it. So anyways, whatever it is, like I said, just make sure that you're keeping it somewhere where you're going to look back at it a lot and it's going to be something that's going to drive you, motivate you to keep moving towards everything. I already talked about choosing quotes that inspire and motivate you to be a better person, keeping where you see it, and then sharing it with others. Oh, Crystal, there's yours. When you share it with others, just like with everything else, you guys, when you have when we set those monthly goals and then we share them with each other, we're so much more accountable to them than if we just do something and kind of tuck it away and never think back on it again. I know that, like I was just talking about with my dream board, I made it. I know I looked at it several times and then it just kind of faded out of my life. And that's something that I want to make sure I avoid. So it's probably going to end up being my screensaver so that every time I get on my computer to do work, I'm going to be looking at what I want out of my life. And it's not that I don't think about those things. It's just that when I'm not looking at it, it's not as focused as if it were right there in front of me. So, that I think is all the ones that I had, but I just wanted you guys to see a couple of examples of them. So we'll go back to, hi, okay, back to normal. And there's something in the chat that I missed. Yes, I love the idea of doing a paper version. Colleen, I was actually just thinking about it before we got on this call. I was thinking that I might make one and then just print it, like do a collage and then print a copy of it and have that to where I can like put it up on my mirror so I can see it every day. And then the thought, like I said, also came to me that if it was my screensaver on my laptop, I know that I would see it all the time. So yes, I think that's a good idea because the more you see it, definitely the better it's going to be. And then the very last thing that I was going to say about it is just make sure that you are doing a new one every year. I know I just said that, but it really is like it's a good way to like sit down, reevaluate where you're at, see what maybe priorities have changed in your life because we all know that as a new year comes and goes, priorities change. Like when the second little monkey joined our household, without my choice, a lot of things had to change. So we're working with that right now. But yeah, that's basically all I had on that. I mean, I'm sure that I could talk and talk on it, but it's just not. Maybe it's because my head hurts. Maybe it's because how my day was. But Crystal, were you about to say something? Yes.
Yeah, can I piggyback on that and say, like Colleen, how important it is to print them? So I have like a little Post-it. I don't know if you can see my December goals. And so I did that last month for the first time after listening to that call that they did, where she talked about how she put Post-its everywhere. And I started doing that. So I have that one, and I have this one that says I'm consistent, because I know that that's something I'm working on. And I have one like right there on the side of the cabinet that says, why not me? But I printed, that was the first time that not only did I write my goals on a Post-it on my computer, but I put it on my bathroom mirror, and I put it on my mirror in my closet where I do my makeup every morning. And so it was constantly in my brain. And I feel like I hit Success Club last month faster than I ever have. And I think that a big part of that was that it was like right there all the time. And I didn't actually set my goals for December until yesterday. So it's been kind of a rough, crazy month. And, but having them right there in the forefront. And I was thinking about that while Megan was talking, if you do it online, like I'm going to print mine, and put it like 4 or 5 different copies throughout my house so that I remember, and it's always in the front of my brain, like why I'm in this business, what I want from it, and where I want to be a year from now. Because I know that in the last year, I'm not where I wanted to be right now. So, and I mean, obviously that happens, but it's all about reevaluating and kind of moving forward and being positive with personal development. So that was all I had to say. And add on.
It all leads back to personal development. Let me share a little bit with you guys. I was just thinking maybe no, I won't, but you guys are all my family. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, these 4 people I'm perfectly happy to share with. And then I'm like, oh, wait, this is being recorded. But anyways, I am having the roughest week and a half probably that I've had in years. My mom and I are in like a huge fight a week before Christmas. I'm supposed to be going to Charleston for Christmas to see my mom and my brother and my sister-in-law. And right now, with it being 9 days till Christmas, I don't even know if I'm going right now because I'm not speaking to my mom at all. So anyways, I guess the biggest thing that I wanted to say, like, if this had happened to me this time last year when I wasn't consistent with my personal development, I know that it would be tearing me up a lot worse. It would be, and don't get me wrong, it's definitely not been a walk in the park. It's tearing me up, but because of the personal development, it has made just such a difference for me to just kind of like, it's in the back of my mind that everything's going to be okay. I know everything's going to be okay. Whereas if this had happened this time last year, I promise you, I probably would have thought the world was coming to an end, and been super overly dramatic about it. So anyways, I say that just to say to you guys that personal development seriously is, I know that we're constantly telling you that. I know it's one of your vitals. I got all that. But it really, really, really is. And it's about so much more than the business. That's the biggest thing that I think that I didn't realize when I was not as consistent with it, say last year or whenever I wasn't, like before I ever even started it. When I started out as a coach, it took me a few months to even jump on the personal development bandwagon, thinking this is not really something that I need in my life. But it really is insane to see how it will change so many different things. I mean, like when Hunter and I get into a fight, things are just handled so completely differently than they used to be, because I just think things through a little bit more than I used to when I just wasn't there, when I hadn't read that kind of stuff, when I wasn't constantly putting that positivity in my life. And I think another thing with the whole and the fight with my mom has never been like a very big supporter of me and what I'm doing with Beachbody. And that is difficult for me because my mom has probably been one of my biggest supporters in my whole life about everything that I've done. So that's another thing that, like, if it were not for the personal development and then for you guys that I absolutely adore and having you guys, I probably would have given up. I would have said, you know what? She's right. This is dumb. It's drinking the juice, as she likes to call it, or whatever. So anyways, long story short, do your personal development. Katie, do you have a book yet? Because if you don't, I'm sending you a book. So anyways, I guess for the last few minutes that we have, do you guys have any questions? Anything that you want to talk about? Yes, Colleen.
I don't have any questions. But one of the things I wanted to say, just about like the dream board, and I guess it's to Katie or like whoever is new, and just about your year in general, and you will hear this, I guess, but just like not to compare yourself to what anyone else is doing, and like not to like compare like someone else's dream board to like, you know, what you want to have. Just like think of what you want to do. Like think about what you want to do in the next year or in however long. Like just think about what you want to do, not like what you think you should do or what other people's things are. I don't know. That's like the one thing I think in the last year that if I've taken anything away, it's just that like things are so different for everybody, and the way like everything that you do, especially with like all the things with Beachbody, like you're a different person than everyone. So like your personal development book might not be like my personal development book might not be your favorite. Like I love listening to Danny Johnson like every single day, but like some people might not, like, you know, so, and it's fine. I think just find something that works for you. And just, I use, like you were saying, I use personal development as, I don't know how else to say it, but like when I'm in a bad mood or something's going on, like I read the Bible, but I also think about the same thing like with personal development. Like I will read when I realize that there's something like off with me, then I recognize that it's usually because I haven't done my personal development. So
It's seriously funny how now when that happens, like if I catch myself like being short with Sawyer because it's been a crazy day and he's needed a nap or whatever, like I can seriously go, I did not do my personal development first thing this morning like I would normally do. And like I can catch myself, or like if I miss it for say 3 or 4 days and then all of a sudden it's like the world is collapsing on me. I can't seem to get it done. I don't have enough time to get it done, whatever it is. And then I can be like, and if I was reading my book, this wouldn't be an issue because I would know that regardless of whether or not I'm gung-ho 1,000% of the time or I'm hit and miss, as long as I'm doing what I need to be doing and pushing, I guess not what I need to be doing, but like still trying to push towards my goals, then everything's going to be okay. I love what you said, Colleen. Katie, that is one of the biggest pieces of advice that you can take for you. Like just remember that your story is your story, and your story is not anybody else's story. My story is not anybody else's story. Nobody else in the world has a story like you do. So just rely on that and remember that. Like people aren't going to sign up for a challenge with you because they heard my story necessarily. They want to know what it did for you and how it's affected you. And granted, like in certain situations, like the whole breastfeeding thing, I can chime in and help you out a little bit, but they're looking for you and they want to know what your story is, and they want to know where you're at and how you're going to help motivate, support, keep them accountable. They don't care about me. My story doesn't do anything for a complete stranger that's a friend of yours because they don't know me and they could care less. So anyways, yes. I feel like that I had other stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but my brain is just so far gone right now that it really is. I won't lie to you guys. I'm really kind of excited for 2016 to get here because I just know I'm going to have a better handle on things.
You might not, but that's the thing. If the evaluation is better.
Yeah, and you know what the best part is? Who cares if it's not? Like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm not like I'm still here a year later. Katie, I don't know if you know, I got pregnant last Thanksgiving, and I am the worst pregnant person in the world. No, I'm really probably not, but I get very, very, very sickly. So I got very sick and I couldn't work out and I was exhausted all the time, which everybody is. I know when you get pregnant, that's just part of it. But on top of it, when you're sick and you're chasing your 2-year-old around, and then I finally got better, and it was like 3 months until I had my little boy, and then he came 3 weeks early. Anyways, long story short, nothing really seemed to go the way that I thought that it was going to go. It was, oh, I'm going to have just such a healthier pregnancy. Like, I'm not going to gain any weight. Well, that didn't happen. Not that I didn't think I was going to gain any weight, but I didn't think I was going to get to a bad point. And well, I got there anyways. But just one of the things that we always talk about and that I want to impress on you is to, when you decide to give this business a go, like you've committed to doing this and you want to help others, decide to be here a year from now. And you'll hear Kim say this, you'll hear Summer say this, you'll hear Tracy you'll hear everybody, you'll hear Carl say it. Like, but decide to be here a year from now, because it's amazing what you'll go through in a year, how many people that you'll help in a year, how much your life will just change in a year. And you're going to have highs and lows. You're going to have months where you're going to blow it out of the water. Everybody's going to want your help. Everything is going to be amazing. And then you're going to have months where you're going to put in boatloads and boatloads of effort, and you're not going to hear a whole lot back. And that's okay. That's all part of the whole thing. It's just staying positive, knowing where you want to go, like having a vision for your future, which is what this dream board is all about. Like having a vision for where you want to be, what you want to do with your life, and really using that to drive you in this business on the days that you wake up and you feel overwhelmed, like you don't want to do anything, you feel like you don't have time for anything, or whatever it is that you have going on in your life. On those days, just keep pushing through. Don't quit. It's so not worth it. What is the thing that Autumn says? If you stop quitting, if you're tired of starting over, no.
You're right.
If you're tired of starting over, stop quitting. Yes. Okay.
The other thing to add to that I think is also really important is, I mean, by sticking with it, like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, I mean, you might not be making the money you want to be making from it, but you're getting personal development, you're bettering yourself, and you're like who you are as a person. You're surrounded by a community of amazing people who are also lifting you up. You're working out and becoming healthier. So being here a year from now isn't going to, even if you're not doing what you want to be doing in your business, like that's what I had to tell myself many times to keep going, because there have been many times in the last year where I've just like been like, I just don't have time. I don't want to do it anymore. But it's not hurting anything to still be here. And if anything, it's making me a better person and helping me in the long run by being here.
Yep, I agree. And also, the one thing, back to the personal development circle, but like the one thing that keeps me here, like on the days, because you'll feel like there will be days where you're like, I cannot do this, like, and you won't have, you'll feel like you don't have anyone coming in or anyone talking to you, or all the people are like telling you no, which is fine. But like on those days, just don't quit. You have to do your personal development, and like don't make excuses for that kind of stuff. Like they call them vitals for a reason, because that's what's going to help you. Like on the days where you did your shake and you did your workout, even though you didn't want to, like the personal development, I think, will help you. I know plenty of coaches who weren't doing their personal development and quit. So
yeah, it really is so vital. I mean, it breaks my heart to see some of the amazing people that we've seen come and go, that if they could have just stuck with it and committed, like we all know that we all are going to have those months that aren't going to be good, or we're going to have those days or those weeks or whatever it is. But the difference is the people that succeed and get what they want out of this business are the people that don't let those days make them quit, or don't let those months make them quit. I could have easily said, because I haven't hit SE in like 3 months in a row now. I think the last time I did was the month after the baby got here. Yeah. No, I guess it's only been 2 months. Well, anyways, and I mean, I could have easily let that be like something that, oh, I just can't do this anymore. But you can't let it be like that, because what you have to do is think about the one person that you did help, and think about how you made a change in their life, instead of thinking about who you didn't help and whose lives you didn't impact, because those people are going to come back around. Those people that you were talking to that were like, I'm going to do Isagenix. It's not going to work. And they're going to be right back to where they were. And they're going to still want your help, because they don't have any other choice. They got to figure something out. Or they could be like me and wander around aimlessly for years. But anyways, if anybody, do you guys have anything else? If you don't, I'm going to go ahead and go, because I just heard my sweet little baby crying, and we already did go a little bit over the 30 minutes anyways. But before we go, I just want to tell you guys how much I absolutely adore you, how I appreciate you, how much 2015, like, you guys seriously were a huge, yes, Colleen, exactly. You guys were a huge part of my life. Like, I don't know what I would do without you. And this dog hair in my eye is going to make you guys think I'm crying in a second. And I may actually cry when I start thinking about it. But seriously, like, this team and the support of you guys, like I said, through those hard times and on those days when I didn't want to, I don't know what I would do without having you guys. And I'm forever grateful for that. And I cannot wait to see 2 of you guys in DC shortly. Katie, are you coming to DC? Colleen, I can't wait. And you're in trouble because I can drink again.
I'm gonna try, but I might not.
Okay, well, I sure hope you can, because I would love to meet you. But yeah, okay, so anyways, guys, just make sure that, like I said, make your dream boards. I would love to see everybody, like, going into 2015 and on 2016. Wow. I'm sure that Kim would be willing to back me up on this. We'll probably do some sort of giveaway for everybody to make their dream boards. So you guys be thinking on them and get them together. Don't do what I did last year and wait until other people put theirs up and then be like, oh, let me see what they did. Let me see what I want to. But that goes back to what Colleen just said. Like, don't compare yourself. Don't put down, like, my dream board has a boat for Hunter on there because it's something that he has wanted for many years. And I keep telling him, no. So anyways, that's something that, like, it's going to make him happy. So ultimately it's going to make me happy, the whole family happy. So just make sure it's stuff that's personal to you and your family and bettering yourself and the sweet little baby that might be on the way, Crystal. Whenever that may be. Let me make sure that I make it clear that Crystal is not.
I am not pregnant. Not yet. Make that very clear.
Yes.
Next.
Let me clarify. Crystal is not pregnant, but she will be probably sometime in 2016, and she's not going back to work. She is going to be doing the Beachbody thing full time so that she could be at home with her babies. And that is exciting stuff. And I love that about her dreams.
Last year teaching will be on my dream board for 2016.
I love that. It makes me smile ear to ear.
You go, girl.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for taking the time to be on. And if you guys want to, when you get a chance, make your boards and get them in the team page so that everybody else can see what they're all about and start to think about what they want for their lives. All right, lovelies. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to get lots of sleep, hopefully, after I finish one more glass of wine. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.